The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson gained immense popularity during its run, but was not without its controversies and challenges. An interesting aspect of the show involved guests who would clash with Johnny, creating tension that audiences could sense. One particular guest stood out, a comic whose unpredictable antics and brash humor rubbed Johnny the wrong way. Their interactions ranged from awkward silence to visible frustration from Carson, who preferred a more refined style of comedy. This guest often crossed the line, making jokes that struck at Johnny's personal life, leaving the host visibly unsettled. Viewers could recall a specific episode where the guest's relentless teasing led to a rare moment of fluster for Johnny. The atmosphere shifted, and laughter turned to disbelief as the guest pushed boundaries that had seldom been challenged on the show, ultimately leading to a memorable and strained encounter that still resonates with late-night fans. It showed that even legends like Carson could have their limits tested by unpredictable personalities. In 1987, Johnny Carson made headlines once again when he married Alexis Moss, his fourth wife. The couple embarked on their honeymoon in Italy, a romantic setting that many would dream of. However, it quickly became apparent that not everything was picture perfect. During this getaway, Johnny exhibited a rather sour mood. Instead of basking in the love and joy of their new marriage, he confronted Alexis in a moment that surprised those around them. He told her, in front of others, that if she said anything he didn't like again, their marriage would not survive even 3 more weeks. This comment cast a shadow over the newlywed bliss they were supposed to be experiencing. It illustrated the challenges they faced right from the start, highlighting Johnny's struggles with interpersonal communication and his expectations in relationships. The tension during their honeymoon raised questions about whether their marriage could endure the pressures and habits they brought into it. Given his past relationships, it was clear that Johnny carried a complex mix of affection and anxiety into this union, a dynamic that would shape their journey together. Johnny Carson faced significant challenges in his personal life, particularly in his relationship with his sons. He had 3 sons with his first wife, but the most troubled was Rick. Rick struggled with mental illness, which created a divide between him and his father. Johnny never visited Rick during his time in a mental institution. This absence likely deepened the emotional rift between them. Tragically, Rick died in a car accident in 1991, leaving lingering questions about their relationship and the paths not taken. Tensions came to a head in October 1987 during NBC's 25th anniversary party, where Johnny and Rick engaged in a loud, heated argument in front of others. The shouting became so intense that Johnny nearly struck Rick, but was restrained by bystanders. This incident highlighted the strained father-son dynamics and the struggles both faced in dealing with their emotions. The complexities of their relationship are a poignant reminder of the difficulties that can arise in familial bonds, particularly under the pressures of public life. In 1982, Johnny was arrested for driving under the influence. This incident led to a significant turning point in his life. He received 3 years of probation as part of the consequences for his actions, and was required to attend an alcohol program to address his drinking issues. This situation was not an isolated event in Johnny's life. Just a few years earlier, in a 1977 interview with 60 Minutes, he openly discussed his struggles with alcohol. During the interview, he candidly admitted to having a drinking problem and acknowledged that he did not handle it well. Unfortunately, the interview did not go as planned and ended up being a disaster for him. His admission of a drinking problem in such a public forum highlighted his struggles and seemed to add more pressure to his already complicated relationship with alcohol. This combination of events marked a turbulent period in Johnny's life, revealing the challenges he faced with both fame and substance abuse. The public eye was always on him, and his admission brought a level of vulnerability that many fans had not seen before. Johnny, known for his humor and charm, found himself grappling with a personal battle that would impact his life and career in profound ways. Struggles marked Johnny Carson's second marriage to Joanne Copeland. They tied the knot in the 1960s, but their relationship was fraught with difficulties, leading to their divorce in 1972. Despite their issues, Joanne played a significant role in preserving Johnny's legacy in television, showcasing her dedication even as their marriage faltered. This complicated bond took another turn when Henry Bushkin, Johnny's former agent, published a book in 2013 revealing allegations of an affair between Joanne and football player Frank Gifford. The accusations shocked many, and Johnny, deeply affected by this revelation, became determined to uncover the truth. He pursued evidence vigorously, reflecting the depth of his feelings and the turmoil within their union. This chapter of Johnny's life not only spotlighted the challenges he faced in his personal relationships, but also highlighted how public perception intertwined with his career and achievements. Their shared history, both tumultuous and collaborative, leaves a lasting impression on how he is remembered in the world of entertainment. Johnny married his first wife Jody Morrow in 1948, but their marriage faced many challenges over the years. The couple struggled to maintain a happy relationship and ultimately divorced in 1962. Despite their difficulties, Jody remained a significant part of Johnny's early life, and she passed away in 2015. Meanwhile, Johnny had a complicated relationship with fellow comedian Bob Hope. Although Hope was a prominent figure in comedy, Johnny could not stand him. Bob often dealt with hearing and eyesight problems, which made their interactions tricky. Johnny found Hope's scripted jokes irritating and often felt that they lacked the spontaneity and freshness needed for their performances. Despite his annoyance, Johnny kept inviting Bob onto his show because Hope brought high ratings, and the audience enjoyed the presence of a comedy legend, even if Johnny himself was not a fan. This dynamic showcased the entertainment industry's sometimes complicated relationships, driven by professional needs rather than personal liking. Johnny was known for being a womanizer. Throughout his life, he pursued relationships with various women, which ultimately affected his marriages. To compensate for his infidelity, he showered his third wife with extravagant gifts, hoping to make up for his wandering eye. However, despite these efforts, his actions took a significant toll on their marriage, leading to tension and heartache. Alongside his romantic troubles, Johnny grappled with deep personal issues that stemmed from his early life. He often blamed his mother, Ruth, for his failed marriages and his generally cold demeanor. This complicated relationship showed itself in various ways, leaving its mark on his adult life. When Ruth passed away, Johnny's feelings were evident. He shockingly chose not to attend her funeral and was quoted as saying, "The wicked witch is dead." This sentiment revealed the extent of their troubled relationship and how it impacted his view of family and love. His reputation as a television titan was marked by not only his charm, but also a tendency for insensitivity. Johnny Carson often made fat jokes, a style of humor that did not sit well with some of his guests. One notable fallout was with actor Raymond Burr, who took offense and refused to appear on the show after 1976. This conflict highlighted how Carson's brand of humor could alienate individuals, particularly those sensitive to such remarks. The situation did not improve when Wayne Newton's group purchased the Aladdin Hotel. Carson, feeling slighted, directed mean jokes towards Newton, leading to a high-profile feud between the two entertainers. Their public disagreements were filled with tension and rivalry, showcasing how the once jovial world of late-night television could be overshadowed by personal disputes. The dynamic between Carson and Newton became a focal point in entertainment news, illustrating the complexities of relationships in the celebrity sphere and the consequences of crossing lines in humor. Wayne Newton appeared on Larry King Live and labeled Johnny Carson as mean-spirited. Newton's frustration boiled over when he threatened to fight Johnny unless the constant jokes aimed at him stopped. This confrontation brought a halt to their feud, showcasing how tensions could escalate between prominent personalities in the entertainment industry. Meanwhile, Johnny did not hold back his feelings about Tom Snyder, the host of The Tomorrow Show. He referred to Snyder as a no-talent bore, a sentiment that clearly conveyed his disdain. Johnny's dislike for Tom was intense to the extent that it fueled drunken rants that echoed his negative feelings. This negativity colored Carson's public persona and revealed how rivalries in the world of television could become deeply personal. The dynamics between these figures shed light on the often complex relationships that exist behind the scenes of the entertainment industry, illustrating how quickly friendships can sour and tensions can rise. Johnny's comments about Tom Snyder and Wayne Newton reflect the competitive nature of show business and the pressure that comes with it. Johnny had complex relationships with some of his guests. Among them, his least favorite was Bob Hope. Johnny found Bob's approach frustrating because Bob relied heavily on scripted jokes. This lack of genuine conversation left Johnny wanting more meaningful interaction. The scripted nature of their exchanges felt forced, and it contributed to a growing disconnect between them. Another significant relationship in Johnny's life was with Joan Rivers. They had a strong friendship for years, but things soured when Joan got her own talk show. To Johnny's dismay, her show aired at the same time as his, creating competition between the two. This rivalry strained their friendship, leading to Johnny deciding to stop speaking to Joan altogether. Despite their history, they never reconciled after that point, leaving a lingering sense of unresolved tension. Their split marked a notable moment in television history, showcasing how competitive dynamics can disrupt personal relationships in the entertainment industry. In her book, Joan Rivers revealed that she had an affair with Johnny Carson while she was married to Edgar Rosenberg. This revelation stirred considerable interest and speculation, particularly since it may have played a role in their eventual falling out. The complexity of their relationship fascinated audiences, considering Carson's immense popularity as a late-night host and Rivers' own successful career. Around the same time, a notable incident occurred in December 1973 that showcased Carson's unique ability to influence public perception. He joked about a toilet paper shortage during his show, which led to unexpected consequences. His lighthearted comment triggered panic buying, resulting in a real shortage of toilet paper that lasted for weeks. The aftermath illustrated how a simple joke could spiral out of control. Following the chaos, Carson returned to the airwaves to clarify the situation and offered an apology, acknowledging the unintended impact of his words. This incident remains a memorable example of his influence and the unpredictable nature of